Hey guys, today I want you to use either Google Earth or Google Maps to explore some of the islands that we read about in our chapter. I'm going to show you real quickly how to use these two websites. I will warn you, my computer is almost as old as a lot of you guys are. I got it back in 2011, so it doesn't work as fast as I'd like it to work, so I apologize for that. All right, so the first thing I want to show you is Google Earth. Google Earth is the more advanced version and it runs a bit slower. So if you've got a slow computer, you might just want to skip straight to Google Maps and use that instead. But let's use Google Earth to identify a couple of the islands that we read about in chapter 23, lesson 2. So all you do is you're going to go to Google Earth. I'll put a link in the assignment. And it brings you usually to a random point. I zoomed out so you can see the entire Earth. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the magnifying glass and I'm going to search for one of the places that we read about. As you can see, I already looked up a couple of them. So let's just start off with Midway. That one is probably the smallest of the three that we looked at. So it's going to zoom in. You can see it's kind of choppy on my computer. That's, again, because I've got an ancient relic of a laptop. But it zooms in and shows me the island, gives me some information over here on the right side of the screen. Um, there's a lot of different things you can do in this. Over here, you can do some different mapping tools. You can find pictures and stuff, change the map. You can measure things, which is kind of cool. But I'm just going to want to basically just have you guys look at the map right now, okay? So this is Midway. You can zoom out. Like I said, my computer is going to do this kind of a herky-jerky way, but you can zoom out and you can get an idea of where this is relative to the rest of the Earth. So let's give this a second to zoom out. You can see it's kind of a pretty lonely place out there in the middle of the Pacific. Really not a lot around it. Now we can start to see some other islands. Right down here, this is Hawaii, where I've got my cursor. Oops, now we're zoomed way too far out. Goodbye, Earth. Let's zoom back in a bit. All right, so I might just kind of switch over to Google Earth now because I'm having issues with, Google Maps now because I'm having some issues with Google Earth. But yeah, there's Hawaii right there. This is California where my cursor is. Way over on the left side, you'll have Asia. You can kind of see Japan there in the top left corner. I'll explain to you more about this in just a second. Let's switch over to Google Maps. Google Maps is a slightly more basic version. As you can see, it looks probably something similar like this you've seen on your phone, either using the map function there or a different map on your phone. But we can do the same thing. So you use an arrow on the left, you expand that, and you can search for different islands. So let's start off with American Samoa. It zooms in, takes a second to load, and then it's got your islands right here. So zoom out again. I have an idea. This is closer to, it's north of New Zealand. I say closer, it's still a couple thousand miles away. There's Hawaii again where my cursor is. So this is similar stuff. We can look at pictures, got some facts about the islands, but pretty simple stuff. So what I'm going to have you guys do today is I want you to use either one or both of these and look up some of the islands that we learned about, whether it's Hawaii, American Samoa, also just referred to as Samoa, Midway, and then also maybe check out a little bit of what we read about as far as Japan and China goes, see what you can find there. And then I'll leave more details in the assignment for what I want you guys to find, okay? So this is just a quick kind of work around to show you how these two websites work. And then what you can do is read the rest of the instructions on the website, okay? If you have any questions, as always, just give me an email.